Yo guys, welcome back. We have covered pretty much a lot of ships in the Boruto series regarding relationships, but the biggest one ever is probably going to be Boruto and Sarada, intertwining and finally locking down the Uzumaki bloodline with the Uchiha. This will potentially create one of the most broken characters to ever exist in the Naruto universe. As we are all watching Boruto and reading the manga, we have all noticed moments between Boruto and Sarada getting kinda saucy, you know guys, you know what I'm saying, it's kinda intimate or friendly. Woo!
What,
you want some dick?
I've been really trying, baby.
Nice.
As there have been almost 60 episodes now and 23 chapters, let's go down all the signs that point towards Boruto going balls deep and busting all cans of nuts after marrying Sarada Uchiha. This ship seems to be pretty popular, and I for one can't say I'm too eager or too against it if I'm being honest. I'll just go with the flow for now. I know Mitsuki and Boruto is a ship too, because we don't know what Mitsuki even wants with all the compliments he be giving Boruto, guys, let's be honest.
I'm gay.
In my opinion, both Boruto and Sarada have major flaws, but maybe putting them together will actually work, because in my imagination it seems to work. They do seem to match since it parallels Naruto and Sasuke's relationship pretty much when they were younger kids. So maybe this is a way the writers of Boruto are reiterating that relationship that actually making an Uchiha end up with an Uzumaki this time round. Let's dive into all the signs that Boruto and Sarada do like each other and the build up for their eventual relationship being actually true. But before that, we need to keep in mind, however, that we know Kishimoto is a troll, guys, and his assistants or people working on Boruto are too. What I mean by that is, if you have seen our previous videos covering the relationships or our 10 things you didn't know series, you would understand that one of the reasons Kishimoto created all of these ships between Sakura, Naruto and Sasuke, for example, was to create hype and discussion among fans to get the series to be more popular and thus create more sales. It was genius on Kishimoto's part, and he's a troll because he knew that from the start that Naruto would end up with Hinata, so they are potentially doing the same technique. That's up to your opinion, be sure to let everyone know in the comments section.
Just stop.
Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on these nuts and suck the dick.
Boruto and Sarada are both 12 years old right now, and we all know what happens at this age, since most of you watching this goddamn video are at this age or act like it. No, but seriously guys, at the time skip where Boruto is facing Kawaki, Boruto has been confirmed to be 16 years old, a similar age to his father that stopped the 4th Ninja War, so he seems to be in a similar predicament. Sarada is not mentioned at all at this point of time in the manga, and at 16 years old, some people seem to think they want Sarada and Boruto to already be a couple. I thought about this to myself, and to me that would be kinda great to see, to be honest, since it will add a lot more depth to both their characters, and actually seeing a ninja relationship unfold during war times and peaceful times developing like that, it would create so much more emotional impact on us. Overall, in the anime, if both Boruto and Sarada are a couple and they're fighting together, it would just create so much more tension. But please, if this happens, don't f it up like Sword Art Online.
Please, no! 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 No!
The first sign we see Boruto and Sarada acknowledging each other is in the epilogue of Naruto in chapter 700. Sarada overhears Boruto's prank on the Hokage monument and witnesses it. She comes home to Sakura and tells her that boys are stupid, and then she smirks and says, "But you know, actually, Boruto resembles me a little when it comes to that." So off the bat, even at a young age, Sarada recognizes that Boruto's experienced similar problems as her with her parents, and they share the same feelings on matters. We cut a few years into the academy arc, and it's the day of the academy entrance ceremony, and Boruto is late. Chocho ends up in conversation with Sarada, thinking that Sarada and Boruto must be really close friends since their fathers are childhood friends, right? Sarada, being the tsundere that she is, she rejects the whole concept and idea, and when Boruto ends up in a fight with Awabe, it's pretty obvious that Sarada really cares about Boruto's safety because she starts shaking and is really concerned. Chocho notes this and Sarada shrugs it off like, psh, bitch, it ain't like that, I ain't caught feelings for Boruto, bitch. After a chain of events, everyone in the academy at this point note that Boruto and Sarada are close, but Boruto denies it too and says they're not friends. It's because of their parents that they are friends. This leads to an argument and the boys vs girls situation we see in the anime. Now, in my opinion, so far, we can tell how obvious the writing is being implemented between Boruto and Sarada. It's kind of like a love-hate relationship, but the thing is, these tend to be one of the strongest types of relationships. It's a push and pull situation per se. For example, even in real life, when you have an argument with a friend, you manage to get over it together and you self-reflect and then move on. And eventually, you both end up getting closer. So this is a factor in Boruto's relationship with Sarada. We see this multiple times in the manga and anime, for example, right? After they have an argument, they always argue. In the next upcoming episodes, they get over their differences and Sarada actually saves Boruto's life, for example, against Kagemasa after the argument between the girl vs boy time. So Boruto then proceeds to tell Sarada that he has an eye power, for example, and that he can see a shadow. And Sarada responds by saying that she believes in him and that Boruto isn't a liar but he's an idiot. So again, it just keeps showing that their bond together is that they understand one another and they trust each other. Moving forward, if I recall, during the next arc called Naruto Gaiden, in the last few episodes whilst Boruto is ruining the monuments once again, Mitsuki comments whilst the two, Sarada and Boruto, are arguing that they would make a good couple. And this isn't the first time Mitsuki has stated this to both of them. He has repeated it in earlier episodes in the girls vs boys arc, and it seems to be a growing trend and a reoccurring event that keeps putting out there to us and the characters in the show. Everyone keeps mentioning that both of them are put together would be great, and then them two both end up blushing and denying it. So yeah, it's something that everyone has noticed. Okay, now we get to some juicy bits for their relationships developing a lot more in the school trip arc, which has been confirmed to be canon in the Boruto manga. So on the boat trip to the Mist Village, Boruto and Sarada are flirting with each other and she teases him and they have a moment, and again the same thing happens. Chocho and Sumire notice that and it's kind of crazy. Later on in the same arc, Boruto buys 2 fried squids and sees Sarada. He offers her one and they share a moment eating and seeing the beach. It seems to be their thing, and an anime trope where they both always argue with each other. It seems to be very cliche and it's used very often between the two characters for comedic effect. It tends to work, but sometimes, in my opinion, it kind of makes Sarada seem like a bitch, or the opposite happens where Boruto seems like a brat. So yeah. As the both of them defeat the weak 16-year-olds that call themselves the trash legendary swordsmen, the graduation approaches and Boruto arranges a fishing trip thinking that friendship lasts forever. This makes Sarada ponder on the idea and the longevity of friendship with her mother Sakura. Sakura notes that she's friends with Naruto and Sasuke since day one, so it's obvious that Boruto's opinions and ideology are that important to Sarada since she went about trying to figure him out and what he actually means. Anyways, once again they start fishing and Sarada and Boruto work together and she is seen smiling at his face once they gaze upon the stars and fish. It kinda looks like she's falling for him and catching feelings. Now, I don't want this video to be too long and cover every small details between the two in the anime, but we can see the trolling from the directors with the kissing scene between the two characters, Sarada also tending Boruto's wounds on the Genin mission, and obviously obviously the Momoshiki arc where Boruto protects Sarada as an instinct once the evasion occurs. But I want to talk about the manga right now because it's way more obvious and clear to readers of the situation and provides way more signs. Obviously this part of the video will contain spoilers, but it's not that huge and it's worth a listen, guys. Before I start pointing everything out in the manga, it also must be said that the characterization of both Boruto and Sarada are kinda different, and Sarada is a lot more promiscuous and less innocent per se, if you guys know what I mean. She's blunt and, you know, check this panel out for example. She outright says things to enemy ninjas if they're her type. Like, she's acting like, you know what, man, you know, she's acting like a thought. お前はもう死んでいる。何? In chapter 1, Team 7 witnesses Boruto have a fit with Naruto and ends up upset. At this point, Sarada pretty much knows how Boruto is as a person. However, it skips to him meeting Himawari with Hinata, their mother. Sarada notices this and says, "So Boruto, he does have a happy face," as he meets his sister. Sarada noticing his face can connote deeper things because it means she is noticing and judging his character and how he interacts with other people. This means she gives a f***. Later on in chapters, Boruto says to Sarada that she should chase her dream to be Hokage and that he will be her right hand man and will always protect her no matter what. Sarada blushes and gets really embarrassed, which leads to Boruto declaring his ninja way. Sarada blushes again even more and stares at Boruto and states, "Stupid Boruto, when did he get so cool?" As she keeps staring at him, right, and she's blushing, she notices his eyes and says, "Your eyes are even bluer than Naruto's." So again and again they are reinforcing how both characters are noticing small things about each other that some other characters wouldn't. I mean guys, come on, we have seen it in the anime or manga how Sarada seems to manipulate Boruto because she's so close with him and understands his character. She makes fun of that aspect of him, of how she can convince him to work hard or do things that she wants him to do. She even stared him down learning Rasengan and stalks him and is basically his semi-rival. The last two things to point out is how in the manga, Boruto goes to Sarada's house while he goes on a secret mission to save a new friend he made. Now, I don't know why the hell Sarada is semi-naked in these scenes, but the manga artist sure does have a thing for fan service out here. I will talk about that in a separate video. They always seem to go on these mini dates together as well, like they owe each other favors and she tells him to buy him coffee and they go on these coffee type dates. Anyways, skipping a chain of events, Sarada eventually catches up to Boruto to help him out, and she even mentions to Boruto that "I couldn't stop worrying about you." And we see this type of relationship happen even further in chapter 23 when Boruto is facing Kashin Koji. Sarada is seen carrying Boruto and trying to protect him at all cost, and it's the first thing she does, like an instinct like he did for her. Lastly, the troll that the writers are, they also created a love triangle in the manga. Sumire, hopefully I'm pronouncing her name right, Sumire or Sumaya, you know, the class rep, she admits to Sarada that she has feelings for Boruto, and she asks Sarada if she would be bothered if other girls liked him because she likes Boruto, right? And Sarada shrugs it off because she's a tsundere and she's trying to act like, "Bro, I don't care." But secretly in the manga you can tell she does, because she gives Sumaya a look after leaving the area with Boruto and it's a death stare like, "Girl, this is my man. This is my bitch. If you come here, you're gonna get f***ed. Boruto is my man." So guys, I asked you in the community tab of Anime Balls Deep, what do you think about Sarada and Boruto to coincide with this video, and this is what I'm going to start doing. And by the way, that is my new editing style. I want to incorporate my personality, add a bit of my own memes and jokes into it. Let me know in the comment section below if you enjoy that style. Anyways, let's take a look at the comments that you guys wrote and see what you have to say about this relationship. Okay, looking at your comments. Right, Cormac Stevens says, "No, Boruto is a shit show." Well guys, that sums everything up. Astro Ninja 76 says, no, you guys are sick. What? I guess it is kind of weird. They are 12 years old, guys. Come on now.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Burst Ninja says, no, Boruto should marry Hanabi.
What did you say, nigga?
And this got the most upvotes, and no, you guys are sick.
You need to stop everything.
Hyper Angel says, no, they don't fit each other. All these fangirls and boys just think about Boruto and as Naruto and Sarada as Sasuke, and they just want each other to bang. And I would assume Sumaya more than Sarada. Oh yeah, that is a true point. Everyone just wants them to, and then, you know, shishing, boom, boom. You know, you guys get the point.
Oh my god!
X700 says, no, if they are married, then Sarada won't be Hokage. Boruto did mention in the manga to Sarada that he said, if you ever want to be Hokage, or once you become Hokage, don't settle down and don't get married. He actually said that to her. But Sarada didn't have a response to that. It's like 3 dots in the manga, because maybe she caught feelings for Boruto and she's like, whoa. Anyway guys, that's pretty much all the comments that I can read for now. I don't want this video to be too long. Make sure to smash the like button. As always, you know, supporting us like that and showing that to us, it really does help us out. Follow us on Twitter as well, because I'll be tweeting. I'll be on Instagram messaging you lot and responding when I can. And obviously if you want shirts like this, I got this Akira shirt. I'm about to show you guys. If you want shirts like this, check out, you know, animerio.com for 10% off. And I'll check you guys out next time. I hope you like this, and see ya.